out to persons who in the SBA would call them disadvantaged businesses. And so that's women and persons of color. Persons who have historically been shut out of the capital markets, the lending markets. I work with a lot of women that will not be served well, even in other small business offerings that are out there, because they're afraid they're going to go to a class and someone's going to test them on their math skills, or they're going to look stupid. And so what we really try to do is really deconstruct what, in business we like to throw around a lot of terms, leverage and capital and all the stuff we say as a shorthand. But for a lot of folks, that's like ears that it's like, just help me kind of do this. And so our role in micro enterprise development is to kind of take that knowledge and make it usable for folks. And so that's what we do, and the field has done a really good job. You can see here the numbers that we serve. So we're largely serving persons who would not be served otherwise from other programs. So I'm going to turn it over to Amber, and I'll talk with you again in a minute. So. Oh, you can. And then there's your phone.
Did you want to put on the lav mic?
Well, no, she's going
no, I don't need to. I like the podium. So once again, I'm Amber Miller. I'm the lead education project manager with the Wisconsin Women's Business Initiative. And I'll briefly go over my slides, and then there is some information about WIBIC that I'd like to share with you. So there are some basic approaches to the MED, so I wanted to go over with them briefly with you, and then I want to give you a couple examples. So there's a credit-led individual loan programs. So the primary service is offered credit, most bank-like credit union, and they don't offer the business owner any technical assistance. So they pretty much give you the check, here's $25 or $25,000, and we'll follow up with you when you make your first payment. So they don't really offer any technical assistance after the loan. There's also group lending programs with peer groups of clients, so they guarantee each other's loans. There's training-led programs where primary services offered is business training, access to credit is an option, so not all business centers have a loan program. And then there's a blended program which is offered training, technical assistance, and microlending. So example would be Wisconsin Women's Business Initiative. And we do help men, so I know the name's a little obvious at sometimes. But so we do offer business assistance classes, about 450 workshops throughout the whole state. And then we are a microlender, so I'll talk a little bit about that later. So you're thinking, what is this great word of microcredit? So it's a concentrated use of lending to provide business capital, development, and expansion funding to micro entrepreneurs that lack access to sufficient capital from mainstream financial bank resources such as banks and credit unions. So these might be people who have credit issues, bankruptcies, low credit score. And right now, the majority of the banks and credit unions aren't really borrowing money out for startups, so that could be an issue too. Business seed capital would be a small term loan, so some people only need about $5,000 to $7,000 to start a business, so that would be a seed loan. So access to capital may be limited due to lack of informal financial statements. So a lot of people do start their business out of their home if they don't have any way to keep track of it, so that's kind of an issue. Blemished credit history, so late paying, slow paying. And majority of the time, financial institutes want to see a credit score of 720, 740. Limited collateral, so they don't have a home, they don't have a car. And bankruptcy seems to be a really big issue right now. We get a lot of clients that have bankruptcies. And majority of the time, if it's not over 7 to 10 years old, banks won't touch you anyways. At the Wisconsin Women's Business Initiative, we give everyone an option or a second chance, so to speak, and they have to have a bankruptcy at least 18 months or older.